Hi everyone, happy Tappin Tuesday. This week's exercise is for my level 2 people. Hi everyone, happy Tapping Tuesday. This is a breakdown of what I consider the 6 essential steps that tap dancers in my level 2.1 should get to know and should master. Level 2.1, my level 2s are broken into 9 subsections. So 2.1 is the first of these subsections, and it is basically a class that teaches a piece of traditional tap dance choreography known as Coles Stroll, or sometimes it's called the Walkaround. It was created by Honi Coles, which is how it's got the name Coles Stroll, and it was designed for teaching beginners with very little tap experience how to tap dance. And it starts with a series of walks, which is where it gets the stroll or the walk-around name from. And you know what a tap walk is. You've done this. That's something we do in the very first class of Never Too Late. Each of the walks included in this piece of choreography gets increasingly complex as you go. So the typical tap walk you know how to do. I'm going to cover a couple of them here where they get a little more complicated than just your normal, heel toe. So this first one is going to be scuff heel, heel toe. So let me turn sideways so we can break down what a scuff is. A scuff is when just the heel strikes the floor in that sort of a motion. So this tap walk, I'll move back a little bit. You're going to go scuff, heel drop, heel toe. Scuff heel, heel toe. So let's do a few of these traveling forward. I've moved back so that I have room to travel a little bit and you can hopefully see what I'm doing. So you're going scuff heel, heel toe, 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 scuff heel, heel toe. Okay, pretty basic. Let's go ahead and do that one more time. You have 5, 6, 7, 8, scuff heel, heel toe, 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 scuff heel, heel toe. Now, this is your first of the essential steps. There's actually another variation on this that I'm going to wrap into this first essential steps, and that's something I call the lopsided step, where you do your regular tap walk on the right foot, just a heel toe, and then the left foot does the scuff heel, heel toe. Then the right foot does heel toe again, scuff heel, heel toe, heel toe, scuff heel, heel toe, heel toe, scuff heel, heel toe. Okay, so putting that all together, you're going to go heel, toe, scuff heel, heel toe, heel, toe, scuff heel, heel toe, heel, toe, scuff heel, heel toe, heel, toe, scuff heel, heel toe. All right, so that is your first essential step. It is a variation on a tap walk, and it's actually kind of 2 variations. Your second essential step is also a variation on a tap walk, and it is sometimes called the fancy step. And what this fancy step is, and it's a little bit tricky, I'll turn sideways again. You're going to start with your scuff heel, heel toe, and then the other foot is going to do a toe tip, a step, and then you're doing another heel toe on that right foot. Then it starts left, so you do scuff heel, heel toe, tip step, heel toe. I'm going to tell you something. This tip step, that is really hard for a lot of people. For some reason, coming off a tip, you don't expect to just immediately have to step back on that foot, but you do with this one. So let's kind of take this as we go here, see what happens. you're going to do scuff, heel, heel, toe, tip, step, heel, toe. 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 All right, so you have got your first two essential steps for level 2.1. You've got your tap walk variations with the scuffs, and then you have your fancy step. The next essential step for level 2.1 is something I call the Honi Coles grapevine. And unlike usually when you think about a grapevine, you think about crossing behind and in front and switching your feet back and forth. This one only crosses in front. So you're not going to go back and forth like you do in a more traditional grapevine. And it's going to start with a shuffle. So you're going to start with the right foot. It's going to travel right, left, and right. You're going to start with a shuffle heel. Then you're going to do step, heel, step, heel, step, heel, step, heel, step, heel, step, heel, step. Okay, let's do that again. So you have shuffle, heel, step, heel, step, heel, step, heel, step, heel, step, heel, step, heel, step. One more time. You're going to start with the shuffle on the right, and you have shuffle, heel, step, heel, step, heel, step, heel, step, heel, step, heel, step, heel, step. Then you do the same thing starting on the left foot. Shuffle, heel, step, heel, step, heel, step, heel, step, heel, step, heel, step, heel, step. Let's do the left side again. So you have shuffle, heel, step, heel, step, heel, step, heel, step, heel, step, heel, step, heel, step. All right, let's try right and left. Actually, you're going to do it 4 times in a row. One starting right, one starting left, one starting right, one starting left. Okay? So starting with the shuffle on the right foot, you have shuffle, heel, step, 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 shuffle, heel, step, 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 shuffle, heel, step, 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 shuffle, heel, step, heel, step, heel, step, heel, step, heel, step, heel, step, heel, step. Okay, the thing that students usually find tricky with this is the rhythm. For some reason, they want to go shuffle, and they want to leave that heel drop off. Shuffle, step, heel, step, heel, step, heel. They want to keep it a nice, even 1 and 2 and 3 and it's not, because it's going to be a 4, a 1, a 2, a 3, 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 a 4, a 1, 2, a 3, a 4, a 1, a 2, a 3. So it's on the not the and. So it's got a little bit of a push to it. You're not just going womp, womp, womp. You're going I hope that makes sense. Let's do this one more time. 5, 6, 7, shuffle, heel, step, 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 shuffle, heel, step, 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 shuffle, heel, step, heel, step, heel, step, heel, step, step, heel, step, heel, step, shuffle, heel, step, heel, step, heel, step, heel, step, heel, step, heel, step, heel, step. All right, so you have got your little tap walk variations. You have got your fancy step. You have got your Honi Coles grapevine. The 4th essential step up next is a little shuffle step heel combo that, again, I credit this to Honi Coles. He was sort of the master of this step. And you're basically, we're going to do it really slow. He used to do it really, 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 really fast. So this is a great step that once you have it, you want to start working on speed and working on making sure your sounds are very clean and crisp and nice when you're going fast. You're going to start with a shuffle step heel on the right foot. Then you're going to do a touch with the left foot. Then you're going to do the same thing starting left. Then you're going to do a shuffle and a whole series of step heels. Shuffle, step, heel, step, heel, step, heel, step, heel, step, heel. Okay, then it starts all over on the left side. Shuffle, step, heel, touch. Shuffle, step, heel, touch. Shuffle, step, heel, step, heel, step, heel, step, heel, step, heel. All right, so you have from the top of this little section, you're basically going to do the same thing 4 times, starting right, starting left, starting right, starting left. 5, 6, 7, shuffle, step, heel, touch, shuffle, step, heel, touch, shuffle, step, heel, step, heel, step, heel, step, heel, step, heel, shuffle, step, heel, touch, shuffle, step, heel, touch, shuffle, step, heel, step, heel, step, heel, step, heel, step, heel, shuffle, step, heel, touch, shuffle, step, heel, touch, shuffle, step, heel, step, heel, heel, step, heel, step, heel, shuffle, step, heel, touch, shuffle, step, heel, touch, shuffle, step, heel, step, heel, step, heel, step, heel. So with the counts, it's going to be a 4 and a 1, a 2 and a 3, a 4 and a 1 and a 2 and a 3 and a 4 and a 1, a 2 and a 3, a 4 and a 1 and a 3 and a 4 and a 1, a 2 and a 3, a 4 and a 1 and a 2 and a 3, a 4 and a 1, a 2 and a 3, a 4 and a 1 and a 3. Okay, like I said, you want to work on getting it faster and faster and faster. I still can't do it as fast as I think it should be done. You just got to keep practicing and doing it. Okay, so we have our scuff heel tap walk variations. We have our fancy step. We have the Honi Coles Grapevine. We have the Honi Coles shuffle step heel combo. The next essential step you need for level 2.1 is going to be the 5 count riff walk. So I'm going to turn sideways again here. A riff walk, a riff, let's start the riff, what a riff is first. So a riff is when your toe touches the floor and then it comes through to a scuff, okay? So it's toe scuff. Now, I've seen some people do this like from the tip of the toe. That's not correct. You want to do it, you want to hit the toe kind of towards what I consider the top screw of the tap. And when I say that, I don't know if you can see this from here, it's where that screw is, the top screw of your tap. That's where you're trying to hit. So it's not the flat of the tap, and it's not here. It's the top screw. So you're doing touch, scuff. That is a riff. Now, for this, we are going to do your riff with a heel drop on the other foot. And we are also kind of just going to throw that riff out there so that toe and that scuff happen very close together, with the heel drop being close to it as well. And a 1. Okay, so then you're going to do a dig toe. That's why it's a riff walk. So it's a tap walk with an extra riff heel in it. So you think, and a riff heel toe. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's why it's a 5 count riff walk. There are 3 count riff walks, 4 counts, 5 counts, 6 counts. You can even make up some of your own. I've seen 7 and 8 counts. This is just your typical 5 count. Okay, so I'm going to move back here so we can go forward with it. And you're basically doing and a riff heel toe and a riff heel toe. 5, 6, 7, 8, and a riff heel toe. 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 Okay, I recommend keeping things very light as well. If you're hitting the floor really hard, it's not going to sound as nice. It's going to get very muddied. Keep it very clean and very light. Okay, so that is your 5-count riff walk. Let's do it one more time. So we've got a 5, 6, 7, 8, and a riff heel toe. 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 All right, there you go. That is the riff walk. So now you've got your first 5 essential steps for level 2.1. You've got the scuff heel tap walk variations. You have the fancy step. You have the Honi Coles Grapevine. You have the Honi Coles shuffle step heel combo. And you've got your 5-count riff walk. The last of the 6 essential steps for level 2.1 is something I tend to call a slurp. Its real name is a closed third. All right, so let me turn sideways to demonstrate this. So the action that the foot does is that toe, heel, toe drop. Now this isn't a dig. This is basically the toe and the foot slides forward till the heel comes down and then the toe drops. But you're not going to do it like that. You are going to relax that foot and ankle, just like when you were learning shuffles and flaps for the first time. And you're going to just throw it out there and let that slurp happen. Okay, so it's that action, and if you pick up the bend at that hip, pick up the knee, think that, you know, you got a little, your marionette, and that string is lifting that knee up, and then you just kind of throw it out there, and you think about keeping it light. Again, this is one of those things where if you're trying to slam it into the floor, you're not going to get a good sound. Versus, and it's a closed third because you end with the foot on the floor. An open third would be with the foot off the floor. An open third would be with the foot landing off the floor. So you have closed third, open third. Closed, open. Okay. I like to call these slurps, and an open third is really another name for what's called a riffle, where you're basically hitting the toe coming through the scuff, and then the toe bounces off the floor. Okay, so let's do some slurp walks here. I'm going to come back here, and you're going to just alternate one foot and then the other. So you're picking up the leg, and you're going slurp, 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 slurp. Okay, let's do that one more time. Starting with that right foot, you're going to go slurp, 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 slurp. Okay, so now you have all 6 of the essential steps. Let's go back and review all of them. I'm going to be moving back and forth a lot because a lot of these travel forward. Okay, so we started with scuff heel, heel toe, 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 scuff heel, heel toe. That was the first of the tap walk variations. Then we did the lopsided version where you're going heel, toe, scuff heel, heel toe, scuff heel, heel toe, scuff heel, heel toe, scuff heel, heel toe. All right, then we did the fancy step. So you're doing scuff heel, heel toe, tip step, heel toe, scuff heel, heel toe, tip step, heel toe, scuff heel, heel toe, tip step, heel toe, scuff heel, heel toe, tip step, heel toe. All right, then we did our Honi Coles Grapevine. So for that, you go shuffle, heel step, 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 shuffle, heel step, 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 shuffle, heel step, 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 shuffle, heel step, heel step, heel step, heel step, heel step, heel step, heel step. Then we did our Honi Coles shuffle step heel combo, shuffle step heel touch, shuffle, step, heel, touch, shuffle, step, heel, step, heel, step, heel, step, heel, step, heel, shuffle, step, heel, touch, shuffle, step, heel, touch, shuffle, step, heel, step, heel, heel, step, heel, step, heel, shuffle, step, heel, touch, shuffle, step, heel, touch, shuffle, step, heel, step, heel, step, heel, step, heel, step, heel, shuffle, step, heel, touch, shuffle, step, heel, touch, shuffle, step, heel, step, heel, heel, step, heel, step, heel. Then we had our 5 count riff walks. So those are going to go riff, heel, heel, toe, 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 riff, heel, heel, toe. And then we finished up with our slurps or closed thirds. So you're going to go slurp, 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 slurp. There you go, the 6 essential steps for level 2.1. Have a happy Tappin Tuesday, and we'll see you back here next week.